Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin.
And 15 PCA?
Native 454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. So I finally got around to doing it. I know we're weeks old, but I finally watched the first 5 episodes of Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it's just as horrible as I worried it was going to be.
Bad. They're exactly what I expected.
Yeah, it's actually worse. I think it was worse than...
Wow.
Yeah,
Bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
The common criticisms that can be found in every episode, all the turtles have the same personality.
Yeah.
We're all jokesters. All of them. All 4 of them are jokesters. They're just the big jokester, the guy with the machines is a jokester, the blue bandana jokester, and the skateboarding jokester. That's all they are.
Yep.
And I want to even take a critique from like 2 of my nieces. And Crimson said the same thing when he saw it. He said, my brother said with his kids, they love the action scenes, but they hated everything else.
Yeah, when they're actually fighting and doing things.
Yeah, they go, that was cool. And these are little girls. And they even picked up on that.
And just a generic criticism. It felt like this is episode 1. This feels like episode 7, season 4.
Yeah.
It just throws you into a world. I don't know. We don't need like, oh, the origin story. They were in a pit store and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But something. They don't even explain how they know April. She's just their friend.
Yeah, the friend.
Like that. We did a review of the clip of them like jumping into the pool and everything.
Dumb.
That's basically the first episode, like the first part. And so they end up running in and finding this little like mutant dog thing that can teleport. They end up fighting some guys for it. And when they're fighting, it's kind of the action is kind of cool, but they're constantly making stupid jokes.
Very stupid jokes.
And every time something cool's about to happen, they played up for a dumb joke. Well, the biggest one was Raph and Michelangelo, which isn't his name. His name is Mikey. His name is not Michelangelo.
No, they call him Mikey.
So Donatello isn't Donatello. He's Donnie. And Leonardo isn't Leonardo. He's Leo.
Well, I always will call him. I mean, I don't mind calling abbreviation, but that's not.
I'm always going to call their name. So Michelangelo and Raphael are fighting a guy, and they're kind of getting their butt kicked. And like he's like, Mikey, disappear into the shadows. And they go into the shadows. I'm like, oh, cool, some ninja stuff. Then it goes to the other angle. I think he can still see us. And then he just beats them up because they really didn't disappear into the shadows. It could have been something cool.
Yeah,
then he played it for a dumb joke.
Well,
Why?
also, I feel like they made fun of the old series by saying that, too. By saying, like, see how silly it is if they really would hide in the shadows, you just see them. Well, thanks a lot, guys.
The whole point of a ninja, do you understand that or not?
But they're making fun of it. They're like, a real ninja couldn't hide in
They're
those.
not teenage hero turtles. They're ninja turtles.
Yes.
They need to be the actual ninja things. So
And by the way, out of all 5 episodes, that was the only ninja thing that they did.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I can't really think.
And it was a joke.
Yeah, it was played up for a joke.
So dumb.
So in this first episode is like the establishing episode. These guys are trying to capture this weird teleporting dog thing. And of course, April's like, we need to protect it. And it's almost to the point where, April, this is none of your damn business. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, I have to save the animals. They open up a portal, they take the dog back, and she jumps in there too. It's like, holy crap, April's in this whatever dimension portal thing. We have to save her. There's a marking on the wall. And there's so much Deus Ex Machina stuff in this series where, there's a thing I remember. That's a marking on one of Master Splinter's items he has on his shelf. Instead of being responsible and asking, hey, Master Splinter, April has been kidnapped. We need your help. We remember that you have an item that has this marking. Can you tell us anything about it? Instead of doing that, they just wait till big old dummy Splinter passes out for being a fatty and just eats cake and passes out and they just steal the item.
My number one gripe about this show.
Disrespect to Splinter.
Splinter is done so bad that it made me want to turn it off that moment.
He eats and is lazy and watches Japanese game shows. That's all he does.
Yep. He literally, the joke that he said is that I don't want to get up, my butt fell asleep, and that's the way I like it.
That's so ridiculous.
That
That's
is
such an insult.
Yeah.
To Splinter. Splinter's supposed to be cool.
He's supposed to be able to beat all 4 turtles with his freaking eyes closed.
Yeah. That's how freaking his nujitsu is righteous.
No, they learn ninjas from what they saw on TV. That's
what it feels like. Is that how they were trained? But so they steal the item. It's like a compass. And Raphael's like, I'm the leader. I can make it work. And of course he can't make it work. And then like Michelangelo does some weird little thing and like he traces the pattern. Yeah. And it opens up the portal. Like it doesn't even explain why that works.
He's the artist.
Yeah, I'm the artist of the group. You see the graffiti on my show? They jump down there, and I guess it's not really another dimension, but it's like underground New York City.
So they traveled faster.
There's like a world of underground mutant people. And that's when we get the John Cena character. And he's like the Baron Draxum guy. He's like, oh, I want nothing but mutants. Humanity's a plague. Everyone needs to be a mutant.
Yeah.
So he's trying to figure out a way to turn people into mutants. So he has like these mosquitoes or something.
Yes, because
any minute you're wondering where Shredder's at.
Yeah, like where the hell's Shredder come kick this guy's ass and get the real deal?
Yeah, because the little dog that teleports has a little vial that has the mutagen.
Yeah, some of the mutagen stuff.
Yeah.
And also.
Oh, there's a guy. The guy they capture, a human.
Yes, the human guy. That's totally cool with everything going on.
He's like in his jail. Hey man, did you order this? Because he's like a delivery boy. Sorry, your pizza was late, but can you let me out of this cage, bro? Yeah, that's exactly how you'd be talking to a freaking monster man that he's never seen before.
Exactly.
So dumb.
And also, by the way, when they get there, April's totally fine.
She kicked butt.
Yeah. She literally, and also found the secret lair with all their weapons.
Oh, yeah, because during that fight, they lost their weapons, and then all of a sudden they're like, April's like, oh, I found their armory, and like pulls like a lever, and they fall down the slide, and the other thing. She found all these things?
That's so
F
dumb.
April, she sucks, I hate her.
Fairness, you guys are waiting for the episode, like, if you're watching this, you're waiting for the episode to explain how they all got together and how, like, April knows them, forget it. I don't think they're going to even do it.
I don't think they're going to even bother with it.
How stupid is that?
So that's when they find all their new weapons.
Yeah.
All their mystical weapons. And then one thing I like that Donatello's like, I don't care about that mystical stuff, I like my staff. I'm like, oh, that was kind of cool that he did that.
He grabbed, like, a little gem or something.
Yeah. And so then they end up kind of finding this Bram Draxum guy, and it's kind of like a lot of weird stuff because he wants everyone to be mutants. So when he sees the turtles, he's like, that's what I want.
Exactly.
But he has like lovey-dovey eyes. Like he's in love with them.
That's so
But like from a respect.
Yeah, of like how perfect they are.
Okay, then minus don't do the lovey dovey. I say, oh, that's what I want. That's my
But no,
ideal.
it literally has like hearts and rainbows like he's in love.
Yeah.
Like how a little kid's cartoon would show someone with, I'm surprised little birdies didn't come flying out.
It's like Bugs Bunny.
It's like how like in the cartoons where they show like the younger kid falls in love with like the older sister.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, it's never gonna happen.
And another thing too, like April has a job. So
she has a million jobs.
So stupid.
So I'm assuming she has to at least be, again, how old is April? Is she 16 or is she 10?
Yes,
she looks like she's 10, but acts like she's older.
And she has a job.
And she has a job and she can kick butt and she can fight. Like she's like fighting this bat and she's like flying all over the place and doing all these long superhuman type jumps.
You notice how she's not doing silly things. Notice that.
Kind of, it's everything silly. And so they end up kind of finding this Draxum guy and he has a point. He's like, just join me. I can train you and make you guys like my generals. But of course they don't want nothing to do with that. They end up causing this thing to explode and all these bugs get out that have the mutagen in them. Mm-hmm. So the turtles infected New York City with this pathogen virus, and they're cool with it. They don't even feel bad about it.
The portal closes, and they're like, guys, the sun's coming up, the blinds are going to be open, and they just run away.
Yeah, people just start looking out their windows, and they go home, and that's the end of the episode. They don't tell Splinter they stole his mystical item. They broke it.
They don't warn anyone.
They don't warn anyone in the city, and they don't even give a crap that it happened.
You have to remember, there are no consequences in this show. None. It's ridiculous.
So now...
That's the first episode.
Yeah.
And every episode after that can be watched in any order because just like a good old American cartoon, it doesn't matter.
No.
Nothing matters.
No.
And it's so sad because now usually in the Ninja Turtles world, people are afraid of mutants. When they see them, they're like, oh my gosh, it's a monster. And
Rocksteady's robbing the bank or something. Oh, get the police or something. There's a guy who runs a junkyard and he's like a mantis man and it's fine.
Yeah, turtles are walking in daylight, just walking around. Oh, we forgot about the crappy crossplay joke. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're out looking for the.
Oh yeah, because they're trying to like when they run into those guys, they're in disguise and they're like, oh, we're going to a cosplay convention. Oh, we're just these great costumes, aren't they great? Oh God, shut up! And they're all doing the bit. That's something Michelangelo would come up with, and all the other three turtles like, oh, Mikey, don't be an idiot.
Yeah, just shut up.
No, all four of them do the bit.
They're all goofballs.
They all do the bit.
And also Leonardo.
And Donatello just looks the worst. Can I say with his expressions?
Yeah, he's
dumb.
You know, there's a lot of bad in the show, but there's little glimmers of like the battles. There's a scene, I think it was where he was fighting, I think it's the one where they're fighting the robot guy in the pizza palace or whatever, where Donatello goes up to him and he has his staff and he does like 2 blocks and he's like doing all these cool moves like, this is so cool. Then something silly happens 2 seconds later.
Exactly.
There's little tiny bits of cool, just plastered with silly jokes, dumb situations. There's a killer band from a pizza place that are robots.
Why don't they just say this show's for like 5-year-olds? You know, but they want to say it's for everyone. No, it's stupid.
And from a mechanical standpoint, I felt like it was really stupid because how can you have... Because the one robot was fixed by Donnie. So
he upgraded all of its parts.
So that robot infects the other robots that don't have those parts and they're fighting like him.
This is in a pizza, like a Chuck E. Cheese type place during a kid's birthday party and there's no parents.
Yes.
So these killer robots are going around destroying everything that April works there. They end up destroying the whole entire place to stop these guys, and the whole place is blown up. And April, I guess I lost my job, and hands back her badge. You just ruined this guy's livelihood.
Yeah.
That's so funny, April. You're such a good person. You did such a good thing.
And also,
the only thing I wonder that episode was even going for like in a way where the killer robot's like a Final Fantasy Freddy's way, in the dumbest way possible.
And also, what I didn't like either is how April just doesn't care. Like,
I'm a sassy girl, and I don't need no rules.
And also, I thought the episode was going to end completely different because, like, Donatello, because they can't beat him, so Donatello was like, which is silly because Ford Mutant Turtles versus Robot. But anyways, he's like,
Chuck E. Cheese robot.
He brings out a cake and he's like, "Oh, you're going to sing the Happy Birthday song." I thought, like, if he sings it, he'll just shut down because
he completed his task of singing Happy Birthday.
Exactly. I thought,
but that didn't happen.
No. April comes out and breaks it because she beats the robot.
Yeah.
And this is the place she works. That's what's so stupid.
Yeah, she destroys the place she works at.
Good job for you destroying this guy's business.
We do see the Foot Clan in a weird way. Because there's an episode where everyone's stealing. This is how the setup is. Like, we're going to go stop some crimes. So they're reading all these like hardcore crimes. And Leonardo's like, that sounds a little bad. I don't want to do that. That sounds a little dangerous.
Really hard, yeah.
That's too dangerous for us. You're effing turtles. How's it too dangerous?
He picks the easiest one by
someone stealing paper. Like newspapers, and it ends up being the Foot Clan. This was kind of a cool idea. They're using origami magic to make soldiers out of paper. So like they would fold the paper and it would become like a ninja warrior.
Well, just buy your paper.
But they were stealing it because they're Foot Clan guys.
Yeah.
But they're weird because they have the big footprint on their face, so I'm assuming they're Foot Clan, but they have like little flames on their heads, and like magical fire.
And they never said that they're Foot, but they have the symbol on
and there's only two.
See, that sounds more interesting than anything about this series so
And there's
far.
two of them, so they're making all these monsters out of like paper, and of course they're just being goofballs the whole time. And how they beat them, they turn on the sprinkler system, makes them all goopy. But that's the end of that episode, and then we never see the Foot Clan again.
So again, that could have been an interesting story plot, and they just made it for this little thing, dumb little solution.
And also making Leo so cowardly and not like a leader at all.
I know, but he's not supposed to be.
I know, but and also
we got Donatello being used as a flying device. So
he's transportation for April.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna watch any other episodes.
No.
A season finale. Tell me when Shredder shows up. I want to see how they do him. This Draxum guy.
No, I don't even want to see how they're going to do
I want to know if they
Shredder.
do it. Are they going to do Crane and all the cool characters? Not this weird Draxum person that you don't ever see again after the first episode. F? That's an F.
Complete F because it's just stupid. It's just you betrayed the original characters and the concept. At least the Nickelodeon show before this was actually good. They were trying to make a good series.
It had silly moments, but it had really cool moments.
But it was more subtle.
And it hit all the important parts, even the part when they go to space. It even hit that. And it had a conclusion. It had where Shredder died, and spoiler, sorry, and the Turtles were victorious and moved on, and they became their own thing. It was a good end. I loved it. It was a perfect end, and the way they ended it was beautiful. They're sitting on a freaking building on top, and the sun's setting, and they're all there. All the heroes.
They're standing up there, and they're a hero, and the hero stances.
Boom! They're going to protect New York for the rest of their lives. End of story.
Oh, but you don't like it when Raphael was putting on a hippo costume to sexually attract a hippo mutant guy because they thought, if I pretend to be a female hippo, we'll catch this guy. And it works.
What is this? The Brack Show? That's a comedy. That's not.
And we forgot the worm guy.
Yeah. Then there's part. There's an episode with this worm guy who like hates the turtles because he got turned into a worm from the mutagen thingy. But like the whole gag is they don't know who he is, so they keep fighting this other guy, and he keeps showing up and keeps getting like cut in half. But since he's a worm, he just grows back.
Yeah.
And it's like, am I missing episodes? It feels like I'm missing storylines.
Yeah, but you're not. It's ridiculous.
And then also the whole Trump hair, too.
Like, and of course he's like Donald Trump. He has his big bouffant blonde hair.
Of course we have to have that,
But, so, they were trying to find this evil hippo magician guy, and their plan was to dress up like a female hippo. Ooh, like Bugs Bunny would dress up in a dress to fool Elmer Fudd.
But that makes sense for a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
They do it, and it freaking works. The hippo guy shows up, he's like, hey, baby, and he's just like, I'm like, oh my god, it's actually happening. And then, I'm like, how far are they going to take it? How far are they going to go with it?
That's why I was wondering, because the hippo guy says, my mating season's been really hard on me this year. What does that even mean? Were you looking for hippos?
I know, right?
What? It is so weird and stupid and just awful.
Unnecessary. Just dumb.
Yeah, and he has like hypnotized powers. I don't even remember how they beat him. The worm ends up saving him, right?
Yeah, because what happens...
Only I can beat the turtles.
Yeah, so because what happens, he buys a gem, which is straight out of Men in Black.
Yeah, he goes to like a black market that sells items and weapons to mutants to make them stronger. He's like, I'm here for the good
What
stuff.
an
And-
oddly Pacific thing, too.
yeah, and he hits the wall, and then like all these illegal weapons pop up,
Oh, God.
and he gets this power gem to make him stronger.
Yeah, and then what happens is he does the hypnotist thing, but I think it hits the gem, so reflects and hits the hippo guy.
If you're going to
So he
add
hypnotizes himself.
mysticism into the intros, at least explain it better.
Make it cool.
Yeah, why
Make
is it just generic, here's magic weapons? Well, okay.
And it's funny, since you tell a million jokes a minute, some of the jokes are funny, but they're in the midst of a bunch of horrible crap.
Mm-hmm.
Because the joke in that episode what actually kind of made me laugh was the reporter's like, there was a magician and this hippo, they went missing, and in a completely unrelated story, there's this hippo magician going around stealing banks, and of course apparently it's that guy got mutated, but they
Yeah.
say, none of these two things have anything to do with each other.
Because that's
a funny joke.
Yeah, it's making fun of Journalist is so cool that she
Yeah.
doesn't realize,
That's
it's a
funny,
person.
but it's mixed with so many one-liners and goofball gags, and Splinter just being... He kind of kicks their butts a little bit, but he's more worried about when's my next show coming on.
Exactly.
My clicker. When's my...
It reminds me like an old grandma, who's watching her soap
You
opera.
know, Splinter always passes out after a piece of cake and a glass of milk. Shouldn't he be drinking tea and
Yeah.
meditating and stuff? No, eating
Exactly.
cake and...
Worrying about his sons going out there fighting.
He
mutants
looks like they mixed Splinter with Dom DeLuise.
Yeah.
Just some kind of fat,
Idiot guy.
Like, moron.
If Peter from Family Guy was a ninja
yeah, I
master.
know, right? It's so
Just,
stupid.
eating stuff.
So the first 5 episodes,
Failure.
I'm sorry, again, like I said earlier, it's a complete F. It sucks. That some of the action is cool, but we're talking 2 to 3 seconds of action.
Remember all the crappy anime references in the last
Oh
episode?
yeah, so many anime references.
So bad.
There's a puppy guy
Yes.
who goes around saving all the puppies, but he's like a mutant himself, and so they feel bad for like stopping him, but because he's running like a dog shelter thing. It's like,
But
this is so
Because
stupid.
what happens
Why is this even happening?
Because they want to win this car.
Yeah. It gets
Exactly.
even
That's
worse.
stupid.
They find a car in a junkyard that they want. It's from some stupid movie. Guy goes, you don't have any money, but if you do some repo jobs for me, I'll give you the car.
Yeah, 'cause that's what I want these shows to do is repo
So they're
stuff.
going to be repo guys. They're going to go repo this guy's RV, but he's like saving all these puppies, so they feel bad. So they don't ever repo it, so they just come up with this idea of, we'll build you a dog shelter and then give us your car.
Oh, shit.
But they bring back the car. He's like, oh, wait a second, I knew a bunch of nerds would like this, so I'm not giving you the car. And then Donatello does a reasonable thing. Well, a deal's a deal, and he just steals it.
Yeah. Message, not. And then like on top of all that, they're having this car chase scene, and they're like, because the Michelangelo's like, use the weapons from the ship. He's like, those aren't real.
That's from a
They're
movie. It's like it's from a movie.
And then he's like, well, technically in the 95th movie series, you can punch through the fake stuff and use the real stuff.
And it has real weapons.
Yeah, it has the gas and the missiles and the lasers.
Why
And
would
this
they
is like
have all
this would
that?
be like someone wanting the Batmobile from the 1970s Batman, and it actually working and having the real
Yeah, it's so
things.
stupid.
Yeah,
They're replicas, but they really can't.
I'm
do
assuming
it.
that thing becomes their turtle van.
Exactly.
I'm assuming that's what
Yeah.
this whole episode was about. But it was just all of it sucked. All of it
It's
just
done in the dumbest way. How about they just get a van and Donatello
Fixes it up.
Fixes up. That's all you
Well,
have to do.
I thought it would have been the logical thing. They take the RV then.
I thought they were gonna make the RV to their turtle
That would have made
wagon.
sense too.
No, they just steal the moon buggy thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then the Totoro thing when they first get.
Oh
to the woods.
yeah, they get to the woods looking for this guy, and he's like has the umbrella, and he looks just like the famous Totoro, where he has the umbrella and it's raining
Yeah.
and they're waiting for the bus.
Yeah, because they get off the bus and there's a nerdy guy sitting next to a big fat nerdy guy that's like sitting like Totoro.
And when
Yeah.
I'm watching the Turtles, I don't want to see anime references. That's just
Because
stupid.
these creators, again, Steven Universe does this crap enough with the anime references. Stop. It's
He
not
did
funny.
that funny thing with the intro. Just leave it at that.
Yeah,
you don't need to do
they
more than
have.
that.
Each episode has anywhere between 70 and 100 jokes. 3 of them are funny,
Yeah.
but they're just non-stop with the jokes and then the stupid references. And ugh,
Yeah, it's bad.
it makes me want to. Again, I totally forgot about that Totoro thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you reminded me, like, oh yeah, and of course it's on the bus line. Cat bus.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
god.
So dumb.
And what was that guy? Was he a beaver or?
Yeah, a beaver or a hamster.
Yeah, I think it might have been a hamster or something. And oh, if you take my RV, then all these puppies will be lost. Of course, Michelangelo's like, oh, you're breaking my heart.
Just have Donatello create a car. You don't have to do all this.
And of course, like,
ridiculous.
then like, oh, let's call Raph and Leo. Oh no, we don't want to get them involved. We're gonna just do this by ourselves because that's what the Ninja Turtles are all about.
Yeah.
The only one who ever won on their own was Raphael because he was a hothead. It's just so dumb. I can't. Unless there's like a special Splinter episode, or I wouldn't mind watching like their origin, like what version of Splinter they're gonna do. Was he a rat that was always a rat, or was he a man that got turned into a rat?
Yeah.
So there's all the little things I might want to know about this, but I don't know if I'm gonna watch any more episodes.
I don't think
We're really late on the ball because I really didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
But I love the Ninja Turtles. I still have my Ninja Turtle Christmas stockings from when I was like 10 years old. I still have them because that's how much I love the
I have
Turtles.
about at least 4 Ninja Turtle paintings that our local artist did on my wall.
Yeah, we have
love.
love the Turtles, so I just forced myself to watch it, and it sucked. It just
Failed.
sucked.
And every aspect it failed.
It's the worst iteration of Turtles. It is at all of them. It's the worst one.
It's even worse than a live action coming out of your shell.
No, yeah.
concert.
At least that was cheesy. At least you knew it was
Unless
cheesy.
I laughed at Shredder. At least
They
he was ripping
actually
kids.
think they made a good thing with this. They
Yeah.
do. The creators.
They think they're so hot and they're on the pulse of what's going on.
They got toys at Sonic. They have Ninja Turtle toys.
We'll have to get those.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to go get me one of those wacky packs.
Speaking of that, I actually went to a store and they actually have the costumes up.
Oh, the
new
Halloween
ones.
costumes?
Yeah, but it's the new one now.
Those are awful, I bet. Oh,
Yeah. You'll have to send us that picture.
yeah, I'll put it up, but
That's
yeah.
terrible.
So, I don't know, Nickelodeon, it's a loser. It already got renewed for a second season. I guess it's meant for little kids. It's not meant for everyone. It's literally meant just for little kids.
But they need to say that. Don't try to pretend you're doing this is the definitive new Ninja Turtle show. It's not.
No.
And April didn't get her glowy bat in all these
probably will.
episodes.
She
She'll get
probably
it. She'll get it
will.
eventually, but she didn't get it in these episodes.
Yeah, of course. Because every girl's out to the bat like Harley Quinn.
Yeah, crack her skull open.
I know, right?
Very
nice.
Blunt force trauma to the head.
No, literally in the cartoon movie, that's what she did. She just.
No, that was another funny thing. Again, we're kind of all
Jumping.
over the place because the show's all over the place. Michelangelo's little ball and cup thing, it actually like becomes a little fire demon.
Yeah.
Like he has a face and everything, and it like laughs and flies around.
That's kind of.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, and it never explains if it's magic
Is
or
it a
technology.
spirit? Is it a?
Is it cursed? Is it like a curse thing? Like, is it?
Oh yeah, and don't forget how they figured that out because Michelangelo just throws it out there and it activates. So Raphael's like
Punchy
pow-
punch.
Yeah, punchy punch, power, 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 and he like gets it. And it's like, well, really, he just has to think about it, and no training, no nothing, and he gets his
Wouldn't it
power
have been
back.
again? Wouldn't it have been better if they go to Splinter after the first episode? Hey, we saved April, but there's a plague that's on the city. It's going to be turning mutated people, and then Splinter would have been like, well, this is a lesson. You guys need to fix this. If there's a mutant attack, you have to go because this is a problem that you did.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, Splinter, we found these weapons, and he like can feel the auras, and he's like, oh, these are very special weapons. I can sense that they have a deep thing. I can help you train and draw out their power. Something cool. Nothing.
I was gonna say they do that, and then maybe Michelangelo's might have been cursed, and then they have to make it good, like make it clear.
It's like a demon in
Yeah,
there.
like oh, that's cursed. You're gonna have to do something, Michelangelo. You're gonna have to go through some tests by yourself to fix it.
Yeah, or maybe make it to where also that he needs to have that weapon because he's so good spirited that it bounces.
Yeah, he has to win that test and win that battle out.
It's a storyline.
No, that's just not a million times better than what we're seeing.
Good stories that kids can learn actual lessons. And no, it's just so funny. Again, every cartoon you don't have to learn a lesson.
Yeah.
There's no lesson to be learned.
No,
here.
actually, the lessons are bad ones in this.
Steal
Be
things.
selfish, steal things.
Destroy someone's place of business because he wasn't nice to you, like he wasn't nice to April, but it's just some boss.
And if you have a challenge in your life, pick the easier path. Don't go for the harder path.
Yeah, do whatever's easy.
This was made by millennials.
And if you want to capture a hippo, pretend to be a female hippo. And before he mounts you, catch him.
It's just weird,
Exactly.
like sexual.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's a weird thing to have in a
It's just
show.
odd to have in a kid show.
But I have no other way to end this except for to say I'm not gonna watch any more of it.
No, it's a
I can't.
disaster. And those comics are bad too. So
I read the next issue and it's just as bad as everything else. I don't think I'm gonna do a review of that, but it's just as bad as the show. It's same stupid jokes.
I mean, but at this point, Worlds will be running in circles. It's just bad. It's just nothing good.
Sorry, Turtles deserve better, and this is gonna be the generation that's gonna get this Turtles.
Yeah, unfortunately, and it won't be remembered and it'll be forgotten as soon as it's over with.
It's sad. It's like you got a pizza and you just threw garbage on top of it.
Yeah, stink bugs and
Stink
whipped
bugs,
cream.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching and be sure to like, sub, and share. Also, for the most up-to-date information about the podcast, follow us on Twitter at C15 Podcast.